Hey Pisces, happy birthday. Pisces, I know you are right on the cusp of Aries, so whichever you identify, stick with me. My name is Rebecca, and if your birthday is March 20th, this is my birthday gift reading to you. Birthday reading gift to you. So, what I'm doing is I've pulled several oracle cards for you. I'm starting with your spring, so we're going to pull a card for your spring, for your summer, for your fall, and your winter. And we're going to take a look at some themes that have popped up for you this year and some stuff you got going on and guidance to work with. Before we get started, a couple things. One, this is a timeless reading. So whenever you've received this reading, just think about it as your year ahead. And also, because this is a collective reading, not every single thing is going to resonate with you. So keep what does, let go of what doesn't. Let me know in the comments, though, what you did think about this reading and what resonated with you. And if there was synchronicity, because I love hearing about that stuff. And also, please like and subscribe and share these videos with your friends when their birthdays come up. Okay, so we're going to get started. The first card that came through for your spring is Simplicity. And the messages that came through for this card are a couple different things. One is, first of all, it came through reversed, meaning that this is an energy that's really available to you right now. Things in your life are supportive towards this energy. You can think of it as like the energy that you're in rather than an energy you would have to seek out. So this is kind of something that's more available and will naturally happen for you. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be effortless, but it's a big encouragement for you to take advantage of this energy that you are in. So that is how I read reversed cards, is that you can think of it as like, for instance, we're in the month of March. So we are in the energy of simplicity through spring for you. Okay? So for some of you, what this means is a simplicity in routine. And I'll start with like the most prominent guidance that came through was about those of you who are doing a little too much with your physical routine. So some of you are like, you kind of got a little bit of the spring fever, so you really want to get out and go, so you're very motivated to kind of do all the things. And for some of you, it might be a little too much. So spring is asking you to really discern, use your discernment about what's important to you and what matters to you. So if you are like doing too much physically, like maybe you started an exercise program and you're also, walking 3 miles a day, or you took up cycling and you're like not really factoring that into your how you've adapted an exercise routine, just be careful about how you might be pushing your body and maybe simplify it to the things that you enjoy the most. For others, it's about identifying some beliefs that you have, and it's asking you to cut out the clutter of kind of some places that you might have been distracting yourself. So have you been spending a little bit too much time gaming on the computer, or have you been spending a little too much time on social media, things like that. So it's a simple message for simple energy, but in the next season, in your summer, you're gonna see why this is pretty important as some foundational work. Okay, so that is your spring. And for those of you, I'm also seeing you, kind of carrying around the house, but having maybe one too many things to do as far as hobbies go. So it feels like you're a little bit scattered, you're a little bit distracted, and there's just room in your spring where your life is asking you to simplify a bit. Okay? So think of it as some spring cleaning for your life. The next card that came through, also reversed. By the way, there's only one card in your spread that didn't come reversed. And I think that's a really good thing, because it's like thinking about it as if your guides and your higher self are really, really supporting you and motivating you and encouraging you. Okay, so you might see way more synchronicity than you're used to. So for your summer, we have Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely. Okay? And so this really is a follow-up from the Simplicity card. But this pig spirit, this animal ally for your summer, is more talking about your mind. So simplifying your mind in a way where you're using it more efficiently. So what are you taking in? What kind of information are you taking in? How are you spending your time is also the message that kept coming over and over again. So your guides are asking you to kind of really look within, go within, and ask yourself, are you honoring the capacity and the power of your thought? Are you scattering yourself? Are you distracting yourself? Are you procrastinating? Okay. This is a good one. So this is asking you to sharpen up your mind. This is also asking you to step into more discernment. And it's asking you to start becoming more conscious about what you're putting into your mind, what you're filling your mind up with. Okay? So, we all have different hobbies, different things that help us, relax or have fun. And it's just asking for a little bit more balance there, right? So if you are spending a lot of time on the computer, maybe instead of having like 3 hobbies that involve the computer, you only have 1 or 2 hobbies that involve the computer, and you use your mind in a different way with a different hobby. So wisely is super subjective, right? Using our mind wisely can mean different things to different people. So again, using your discernment to tap in and tune into what really motivates you, what inspires you. Okay? So that is your summer. And then for the fall, we have this beautiful card. And this is definitely my favorite card of your spread. Because for some of you, and this card came in straight up. And it makes sense, because this is actually some work on your end. Okay? So celebrating differences, the energy that really came through for this one is the end result of the journey to finding the celebration of our differences is that you actually are no longer feel so triggered or anxious or fearful around people who think and feel differently from you. So, but that starts with, I don't know if it starts with celebrating our differences, but it starts with accepting that we are all so different and unique, and that's actually not threatening. And it might feel threatening. There might be a perception of threat. There's a lot of there is a lot of that going on out there right now in our world, and perhaps that's why this card is coming forward. Okay, so if you're a person who's finding yourself really divisive in your thoughts, that the choices that people make or the way they live their lives seems like it should be this way or that way, then this would be an invitation to, or a call to you to say, hey, there's some really beautiful, good work to be done, and maybe taking a look at that thought and those beliefs and seeing how you can actually begin to appreciate the different ways we think and our uniqueness. And for a lot of you, this is going to be triggering work because for some of you do feel really, really set in your ways, and it feels like you've come to the way you live your own life and your own beliefs through some hardship. And so some of these identities and some of these things that you feel might be really challenging to let go of. Okay? There is an invitation within this challenging work, maybe like a little hack that they're giving me, which is if you can find somebody enjoying themselves doing the thing that really triggers you, and watch the benefit that it has for them, watch their enjoyment. I'm listening to what else the guides are saying right now. Watch how it lights them up. Watch the benefit that it has in their life. Okay, and then ask yourself the question, how is this dangerous or threatening to me? as an individual. Let me know how that goes. Some pretty solid advice. So a little bit of inner work here, okay? But this doesn't have to be a negative thing where you feel guilty or bad about any of it, okay? But this is a challenge in opening up your mind and your heart to seeing people just like you see yourself, okay? So celebrate differences. And hey, maybe I'm the first video you found. Maybe I'm like the difference. Maybe I'm already triggering you. And that's okay. You can totally be triggered by me. I will not take it personally. And I mean, I know what I'm doing in love. So if you are triggered by me, let me know in the comments. Okay. And then your winter. And this card also came in reversed. And I love this card. I thought it was so beautiful. Also because it's a darker looking card. And so it just it feels like winter to me. And as you can see, it does tell the same story right from this card too. Right? So embrace your emotions. So in the winter, just like the fall, we're working with that inner world. We're working with your inner realm. There's a lot of beautiful things to learn for you this year just within yourself. Internally. You're not going to have to go searching far to have some really transformative, beautiful things happen to you. So embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. So this winter might feel a little tumultuous on the inside. This card comes as a gentle heads up to begin to develop a better relationship with our emotions so that we don't feel so discomforted and fearful by them. So we can think of our emotions as a stimulus, just like any other thing that's coming into our life. It's another day, it's another emotion, just like the weather. Sometimes I joke with my friends and myself based off of, sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll be like, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? Like I was just sleeping. There's no even way I could come up with these emotions. Nothing's even happened yet. And then I say to myself, it must be the spiritual weather. So it's just another thing that come up. So think of your emotions as just little things that pop up and they need tending to. They want to be looked at. They want to be embraced. They don't want to be rejected. So if all of a sudden you find yourself feeling really angry or feeling really sad or feeling really triggered, this is an invitation to say, okay, that's all right. I'm allowed to feel that. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be so uncomfortable that I want to run away from it. I can really know that I'm strong and that I'm capable and that I can sit with these emotions and feel them and look at them and ask them what they have to tell me or teach me. So obviously I'm a very spiritual person, so when I'm having all my emotions, I ask for help and I ask to not have to take it all on myself, and I also ask to release things and let things flow through me as they're happening. So I don't want to attach to something and then fixate on it and then go down all the rabbit holes and memories, right? I want to work on healing it and transmuting it and transforming it in the moment, because I know if I stay in my now moment, maybe the emotions that the memories are attached to are coming up. Yes, they're absolutely coming up. Maybe they're coming up or they are coming up. But the truth is that they're not happening in this moment. And so I can remind myself I'm no longer in danger, or I'm no longer it's not happening. I'm just feeling it again. It's coming back up. And why is it coming back up? Sometimes it's coming back up because it has something else to teach us. Sometimes it's coming back up because it's just in our bodies and it's time for it to get out and release. So there's a lot of information out there on that kind of stuff. I wish I could go into it more right now, but this was a good scratch the surface for your year. You have a really good year ahead. It is a lot of beautiful inner work, and feel free to reach out to me if you want to do a deeper dive into your year. I do personal readings, and you can check all those offerings in the description box below. So happy birthday. I hope that you enjoy this message. Again, please like this video, subscribe, and leave comments and let me know what you thought. Happy birthday.